आपने शानदार विजय प्राप्त की है। मेरी तरफ से मैं आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं।
Hi there, you're watching Market Cafe on ET Now with me Shreyanshi Singh, and with me as always is Snehisha, and over the next 1 hour we'll take you through news and updates from within the country as well as across the globe. But first things first, we have to start with the news of the day.
Absolutely, and we're so happy, we're elated to be in the studio today. We're elated to be the first ones to take you through what has happened over the weekend, and as you can see, the India fever has still not worn off. Shreyanshi and I have donned our jerseys bright and early this morning. We're very excited to take you through whatever has been happening over the course of the week. Of course, the big news has to be India bagging the T20 World Cup. Let's get more details on that. And after 4 weeks of power-packed action, drama and plenty of twists, the ICC 2024 ends with India crowned as world champions. After reaching the precipice on so many occasions in the last few years, the men in blue have finally clinched a win in a last ball thriller against South Africa, and Kohli crowns a glittering T20 career with a trophy that has him eluded throughout his entire career. Now let's talk about both of these greats that are bidding a farewell to T20 cricket. You know, Shreyanshi, 1 second you're celebrating the win, 5 minutes later you have Kohli coming on, giving his speech, coming on air saying, I'm done. And that is when that breaks your heart, right? Because you have two of the greats of Indian cricket. You have Rohit as well as Kohli, and not to mention Ravindra Jadeja has also bid farewell to this format of the sport. Now Rohit, who won the inaugural 2007 World Cup in South Africa, look at the irony over here. He adds another special chapter in his illustrious career. What captaincy, what calls, and what calmness at the moment it was required the most. The men in blue ending their 17-year drought. Celebrations galore and tributes and congratulatory messages poured in from across the world. And Shreyanshi, it was a nail-biter. We were laughing, we were crying, we were praying, we did not allow anybody to move from their seats. It was that thrilling. And something so fitting. I mean, the match that we did see, perfect to sum up a World Cup final, Shreyanshi.
Absolutely. It was a nail-biter until almost the very end, until Surya Kumar Yadav caught that catch.
Oh my God, that was incredible, yes.
That was amazing, and of course among those heaping praises on the team were politicians too, cutting across party lines. PM Modi also lauded the team's performance, calling it historic. Commenting on India securing victory in every match held during the World Cup, Modi said it is not a small feat in a tournament where so many countries took part. President Murmu also hailed the team's never say die spirit. And never say die spirit is something that we definitely saw in that excellent craftsmanship when it comes to Akshar Patel and Kohli's partnership as well. Remember, Rohit Sharma's tenure as Indian captain also has been marked by his unwavering determination to lead the team to an ICC title ever since he assumed the role in late 2021, in a perfect conclusion to his illustrious 16-year T20I career. He also announced his retirement during the post-match press conference. Additionally, the BCCI has announced a prize money of 125 crores for the team, which is very well deserved. Listen into a slice of what they had to say as well about their win.
Alright, with that, let's also listen in to the head coach of Indian cricket team, Rahul Dravid. Listen in to what he had to say about Hardik Pandya, sharing their bit of the joy post the historic T20 and overall. Well, definitely, boys played well, Shreyanshi, didn't they?
Absolutely.
Firstly, there is no redemption. I'm not one of those guys who thinks about redemption and those kind of things. As a player, I was not lucky enough to win a trophy. But I tried my best. I gave my best whenever I played, and it wasn't to be, and that happens. It's part of sport. There are a lot of other players I know who have not been able to win a trophy. I was lucky to be given the opportunity to coach a team, and I was lucky that this bunch of boys made it possible for me to be able to win this trophy, and it's a great, nice feeling. But it's not like I'm aiming for some redemption. It's just a job that I was doing. I love doing the job. I've loved working with with Rohit and this team, and it's been a great journey, and I've really enjoyed it. I'm not looking for it again. No, I'm not a legacy person. I'm not looking for legacies. I just feel glad that we gave it the best we could, and it's not just me. I think I'd like to really just acknowledge the support staff that I've worked with, the coaching staff that I've worked with. I think I've been lucky to have been working with a truly exceptionally hardworking, professional intelligent bunch of coaches and other support staff who have made it possible for us to create a fantastic environment led by Rohit that has, I'm glad, with a bit of luck, resulted in this trophy as well. And I couldn't be happier for this team, and I couldn't be happier for so many of the Indian fans who keep coming out to these games. They keep supporting Indian cricket, they keep supporting world cricket, and you just feel so grateful that you're able to give them a moment like this and something to be really happy about.
Well, that's the word coming in from Rahul Dravid, head coach Shreyansi, Mr. Dependable, coming in for the Indian cricket team and showing up when it matters the most. This guy did not win the World Cup back then, and look at that redemption arc, and look at our redemption arc as well, because less than a year ago, on 19th November 2023, is when we lost to Australia in the 50 overs, the ODI World Cup final. And look at us, we're back on our feet, and how, because less than a year later, we've clinched the title of world champions when it comes to the T20 World Cup. And Shreyansi, let's talk a little bit more about the role that Rahul Dravid has played in the entire team. He has been nicknamed the Wall because of how he used to stand in the test matches and never let a wicket
Absolutely.
go.
And it's really interesting that he said that he doesn't chase legacies, because like it or not, he has really created a legacy.
Created
for
one himself, exactly.
And every single match, you could see that, Rahul Dravid is somebody who's backing the team, who's coming in with his excellent craftsmanship and teaching it to everybody else. Not that they need teaching at all.
And look at the kind of support he lends to the team. Look at the visuals here. Look at how happy Virat is. And a picture like this is a very befitting farewell to who we popularly call as King Kohli. And Shreyansi, you should have seen the streets of Mumbai the night we won the match. 10 minutes after the presentation was over, it's like the entire city had come onto the roads. Marine Drive was flocked. You had the more popular areas of Bombay, name it, there was traffic everywhere, but nobody was complaining. You had people on two-wheelers and cars. Tricolour was flaring very, very high. Spirits were really high on Saturday night, Shreyansi, and what a night to remember.
Absolutely, and not just Mumbai. We saw a lot of these visuals pouring in from the rest of the country.
Exactly.
It was absolutely amazing to see how everybody was celebrating. And in a small, minuscule way, I feel like it was everybody's win, not just the teams, because you sat through all of it for 4 hours just not being able to get up from your seat. Every single ball was just taking you closer to the World Cup and sometimes even further away. But what a match it was.
But take a look at also what each individual player has had to contribute to this. Of course, this was a team effort, but look at someone like a Hardik Pandya keeping his calm in that last final over, thinking about all the backlash he has received over the last couple of months. And you have someone like Rishabh Pant who's nearly met death and come back from 2022, missed the 50 over World Cup, the ODI one, but look at how he has bounced back. You also have Jasprit Bumrah, who missed the last T20 World Cup because of a back injury, and look at the form that this man has come back with. It is said, and it is true, that batsmen, they win you the match, but it is bowlers that win you the entire tournament, and that is exactly what has happened. And we should also mention Akshar Patel, the likes of Kuldeep Yadav. Look at the way these guys have played. What resolute, what calmness of mind, and what stability and what confidence in themselves. and the game and their craft and their skill when it comes to this entire game. Because Shreyansi, holding on to those nerves is not easy when you have 1.4 billion eyes and more probably from the world all glued to you, hoping that this is the one where we, claim the cup, and that's exactly what we've done.
Well, absolutely. And then, you did have that Akshar Patel. Since you mentioned Akshar Patel, we did have that Akshar Patel partnership with King Kohli. And, they say Thala for a reason, but I feel like it's King Kohli also for a reason, definitely. And that is something that we saw a slice of in the match as well. Then, of course, there's Surya Kumar Yadav, right? With that $1 million catch that stunned the world.
What a game changer coming in
Absolutely.
from Surya Kumar
His
Yadav.
presence of mind, his agility, his game awareness, it was spot on. And the way that, he just caught that catch, it was just absolutely amazing. You could not believe your eyes because you were like, oh, it's done. Okay.
There was a point where Henrik Larsson, when he just wasn't getting out, I really did not want to say it out loud, but it was giving me flashbacks of Travis Head back in our India versus Australia game. And I was like, God, this guy needs to go, because the moment he is gone, we have the reins back in our hand. And that's exactly what happened, because on one hand, that Akshar Patel gave away 24 runs in an over. You also have to remember that he was the second highest run scorer in the match. That crucial knock of 47 coming in when we absolutely needed it the most. So, a very well balanced game, at least coming in from Akshar Patel. You had Bumrah, the form of his life is what he has displayed over here. Quick wickets, very sharp and crisp bowling coming in. Our batsmen were no less. Overall, I think, Shreyansi, this was such a nail-biter. If this was a movie, I think this was perfectly scripted down to the T, if it were a movie, because of how thrilling it was and how, nail-biting it was, how end minute it was. We were off our seats, and I don't remember sitting down for the last half an hour of the match, because superstition comes into play over here. We've not let people get up from their place. You're like, sit down, we need to get this one. Everybody back to their poses. That's exactly what happened, because those last half an hour, those last 5 or 6 overs where actually they had come down to 30. They needed 30 in 30. And I was like, at that moment, I will be honest, Shreyansi, there was very little hope left in me, because I was getting those Australia flashbacks coming in from last year. But, all's well that ends well.
That was absolutely a very important wicket. And, Snehi, if this was a movie, like you said, if this were a movie, I feel like Team India really just hit it out of the park. And that is something that we saw a slice of, when we saw the match. And those 4 hours were very important for us because we were really glued to the screens with that nail-biter coming in. Listen into the word coming in from Rohit Sharma, Team India's captain as well.
जब पहली बार इंडियन टीम में आया था 2007 में, पहला मेरा चैलेंज था, ऑब्वियसली मैं आयरलैंड गया था 50 ओवर के लिए, बट उसके बाद तुरंत ही हम साउथ अफ्रीका गए थे T20 वर्ल्ड कप खेलने के लिए, और वहाँ पे जीते। तो उसके बाद अभी ये तो फुल सर्कल, प्रॉपर सर्कल, सो आई एम वेरी हैप्पी विद दिस।
Feels obviously very, very special. I've said it multiple times before as well. This was a dream which I wanted to win. Someone from where I come from in my life, how life has been. This is something which was always a dream, and it's the feeling which I can't describe because it has finally happened, and more so over when I know that everything came down to me at the end. Just very, very happy for the group, and finally got this.
But that's the word coming in from Hardik Pandya. What a stellar knock coming in, as well as bowling coming in from this brilliant Indian cricketer. But viewers, with that, let's slip.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.